mama bad, but you know it's all good. Yeah, it's all good, yeah, you know it's all good. I just got a bag just to show the boss up. Got me poppin' tags, don't know what it cost us. Little shawty bad, but you know it's all good. Yeah, it's all good, yeah, you know it's all good.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and we back with another story time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you notify every time I upload. And let's get straight into the video. Yeah, if you feeling this hair, make sure you go look at my recent upload. I showed y'all how I installed this. It was very much ratchet, very much, but you'll get the gist out of the video. That's period. You get the gist of what I was trying to say and what I was trying to do. But anyways, judging by the title, y'all already know what this video is about. Don't look at me like that. I was a little wild thing. I was doing me. Like, it wasn't even doing me. It was, I just wanted to experience every and anything possible. So let's get straight into the story. This is about the time that be quiet. This is about the time that I had a sugar daddy. For one, it was one time, better one time. I'm gonna just get into the story. So this was in 2015 when I was in Hawaii. I was a young lad. Very young. I think I was like 20 at this time, like 20, about to be 21 or whatever. I don't remember the exact month, but I know it was in 2015 when I was in Hawaii. So this is around the time when I was watching a lot of YouTube. I used to stay on YouTube watching story times all the time. I used to stay watching story times, and some story times in particular, I will always watch other girls talking about how they got sugar daddies and stuff like that. I'm like, ooh, cool, like how you do that? Like it just, after watching a couple videos, I was like, this seemed easy. All you gotta do is talk to the old dude, and now you got a Louis bag. Period. I could do that. So it was this one video in particular, and she basically gave like a how-to class, how to get one or whatever. And she brought up a whole different sites, and one in particular that I went on was called Seeking Arrangements. Now, signed up for Seeking Arrangements, and I would say I signed up, and after that I kind of left it alone for like a week. I signed up, put my little pictures on there. I ain't put my real name or nothing. I put Maya. You probably ain't gonna find the profile because it's old, like this was years ago. But put Maya on there, had my cute little pictures on there, thinking I was doing some, child. And just left the profile alone because I wasn't really, like, you know, trying or nothing like that. So did that, and I would say like a week or two went by, and I had thought about it again, and I was like, oh shoot, I was trying to be a sugar baby. And at this time I was in the military, but I was really bad with money, y'all. When I tell you, like, I would get paid and like 3 days later I would be broke. And this was when I was like an E1, E2. I was an E2, and child, what I was making like $600 in Hawaii, like $600. I wasn't married or anything like that, so I was making like $600 at most. And I would get paid, go to the mall, and be broke in 3 days. Like, it was ridiculous. So I was like, dang, I need some more money. Like, I need some more money, buy some more clothes, some more shoes, more everything, because I was a shopaholic. This is when I had first like got into having money on my own and being able to spend money on my own. So I ain't really understand the value of $1, if you feel me. So I was like, yeah, I need some more money. So that's what made me think about it, because I was broke again. So went on the profile, whatever, and I seen that I had like 3 or 4 messages. And I'm scrolling through. Look, I'm making like it's a lot. It was only 3 or 4. Went through it, because on Seeking Arrangements, they didn't even like black girls. For real, they wanted a white, blonde, big boobs with a little cute little petite booty. Especially back then, that's what they wanted. They didn't want no blackie. But anyways, So going there, and it was an Asian dude, and it was like 3 other like white dudes. And I ain't really want to talk to the white dudes because the white dudes, they black queen, chocolate queen. Like, it was giving me very much fetish. Like, you trying to fetishize me, and I don't have the time nor the patience. So I went with the Asian dude. So the Asian dude, he messaged me and he was like, hey, he said the name I put Maya on there. He was like, hey Maya, he was straight up with it. He like put everything out in line. He was like, I would, as a sugar daddy, I would want to hang out on the weekends. You get $400 a week, and we just hang out and talk every weekend, and that's all. Like, we just hang out, talk on the weekend. If something happens to advance more, then we can do that. But bada bing, bada boom. Now me, I was trying to have a sugar daddy and not have to meet up. Like, I wanted an online sugar daddy. Like, why we can't just text and I keep you occupied and accompanied like that? Because at the time I had a boyfriend at the time too, and he didn't know what the heck I had going on. So I was like, I really want to have like an online thing, He was like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. He was like, if you want to wait like a couple weeks of texting to get to know each other, then we can go on a couple dates on the weekend, and then you can start getting paid. We could do that, and that'll work. So I was just like, I mean, really, I had no other options. It was either go with the 3 fetishizing white dude or this Asian dude that's kind of don't seem like perverted. He just really looking for like attention or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna just talk to him for a couple weeks. So I give him my number. Y'all, I was so stupid, dumb, and reckless back then. Like, I just used to do whatever. I didn't care about my safety or nothing. Like, I don't know if I thought I was invincible or what, because I just used to stay doing whatever the hell I wanted to do and not even think about the consequences. So I gave him my number, and I'm texting him for a couple weeks, and I had told my friend about it. And my friend was like, have he done anything for you yet? And I was like, no, he wanted to wait until we in person to actually start giving me money and stuff like that. She was like, no girl, that could be a scam. You need to like try to get something out of him before you even try to meet up with him. That way you know it's like legit or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I do. So one day I'm hungry. I was hungry as hell this day and broke, and I did not want to go to the defect. I think it was like a Saturday, and the defect be serving nasty ass food on Saturday because they like, why we gotta work on a Saturday? I think that's why they be doing that, because they be like, why we gotta work on a Saturday? So and I was so hungry. And I'm texting him, and our conversations did not used to be like no nasty, perverted, nothing like that. He would just always ask me what I'm doing. I ask him what he doing. He'd be like, and he was a nerdy son of a gun. He was like, playing Pokemon Go, da 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 da. That's when Pokemon Go was like booming, stuff like that. Like he was like one of those like nerdy older dudes, and he wasn't really that old. He was like in his late 40s. So he would be like, yeah, watching anime, little nerdy stuff like that. And I'd be like, oh, cool, what series? Looking stuff up, like trying to have a conversation with him so I could like relate or whatever. So this day, I was hungry. And I texted him, I was like, Daddy, I'm so hungry. Y'all, I called this. Even though I only texted it, it was so disgusting. I was so disgusted with myself. But anyways, he was like, what you want? And I was like, some pizza. You could just get it ordered to my barracks room, whatever you could call the place. He was like, okay, I'ma call it, and what kind of pizza you want? This time I wanted pepperoni with pineapple. I don't care if you don't like it, shut up. But I want to be a pepperoni pizza with pineapple. And y'all, and with the cookie brownies. So y'all, he asked for my room number. Y'all know 30 minutes later I got my pizza with my cookie brownie. I was like, oh shoot, it's real. So I hit my homegirl up. I'm like, girl, he just got me pizza to my room. Like, I think he real legit. She was like, girl, he gotta be real legit. Like, who he ain't even met you yet, he ordered you pizza to your room. Why we geeked over some pizza? That's how you know back then my stare just was doop, 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 doop. But anyways, so I would say like a month go by and we steady talking, and we talking every day, because I'm like, I ain't gonna fumble this bad, period. Like, I think he like real legit. A month go by, he was like, baby, I think it's time that we go on an official date and we meet in person and da 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 da. I'm like, shoot, it is time. We've been talking for a month and I'm trying to get this money, and it was around the time I was broke again. So I'm like, yeah, let me just go so I can get this $400 and then cool. Y'all, that night, well, that whole day actually, I'm nervous as hell. I'm like, bro, like, what if he kidnapped me? So this time now I'm thinking about like the consequences of junk. I'm like, what? Like, I'm really about to do this? Like, this is crazy. I'm thinking like, what if he kidnapped me and stuff? But I'm still like texting him like, yeah, this is where I am, blah blah blah, blah, giving him the on post thing. And in my head I'm thinking, if he could come on post, he can't be no criminal, because you can't be coming on post with felony charges and all that. So I'm thinking like, yeah, like this is good. So time goes on, it gets later into the night. It was like 6 o'clock and we were supposed to meet up at 8. He was gonna cook dinner for me at his house. Mind you, we in Hawaii. I don't know nothing about Hawaii, know nothing about Hawaii. So set up there, go on. This is so long ago, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. Oh, so it hits around 7 o'clock. I'm thinking this man coming to pick me up. He was like, I'm gonna send you a it was an Uber or Lyft. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was an Uber or Lyft. An Uber maybe. And he was like, I'm gonna send you an Uber and I'm gonna have it come to my house. And I said, huh? He was like, yeah, because I don't think I'll be able to go get a visitor pass around this time. Mind y'all, I told him to go get a visitor pass earlier in the day. Now I'm getting worried, because now I'm like, you probably can't even come on post because you probably got a felony. Then my dumb ass thought about that, and my dumb ass still was like, okay. It's not funny, like, it's not funny, but it's like, to think back how crazy I was, like, insane. Over a little $400. It wasn't even all that. So actually $400 was a little change back then. So I was like, okay, he's in the Uber. I'm nervous as hell. So I go to my homeboy room that was like down the hall, and I start taking shots with him. I'm taking shots. Never, when you about to meet somebody, go and drink. That way your guard is all the way down and you don't even know this person, and you go and drink and now your guard is all the way down and you not alert 10 toes. Still went and took a couple shots with him. The Uber came, I went, got in the Uber, and it went to his apartment. He stayed in like this townhouse area. I'm go up in there. First I'm there and I text him that I was there once the Uber arrived to the townhouse. So I get out the car, y'all. I'm still nervous. Like, the shots, like, they did a little something. They calmed me down a little bit, but I still was like, oh my god. So I get out the car and text him I'm there, da da da. And y'all, the pictures on the website, he was this like small, not small, but like, you know, fit Chinese man, older looking, you know, got all this hair. When I tell y'all, this big old 300-400 pound man came out that motherfucking door, it was like, over here. I was like, I didn't want to make it too obvious. I'm like, what the hell? No. So I go back to the I go to the door and I'm like, hey, da da da. He hugged me. Now my heart beat fast. But now I know if I need to take off running, if I need to take off in the lightning speed, I can, because this big ass man ain't gonna catch me. You not gonna catch me. So I get up in there, anime little dolls everywhere. It was like anime, freaking all the little nerdy stuff was everywhere in the dang on townhouse. So he was like, you can sit down. And then he, you know, he had a little Chinese accent. I never sit down. My bad, no offense. But yeah, he was like, you sit down. So I go sit down. He was like, do you drink wine or anything? I was like, no, I'm good. Da, da, da. I ain't want to take nothing from this man. Like, you not about to get me. Da, da, da. He was like, okay, we can watch a movie. So he come bring his big beluga whale stealth and sit down on the couch next to me. Boom, I pop up. No, I'm just playing. But he sat like, kind of like, we was like this, close to each other. But you know, his big ass body like this. And this time I was like way smaller. I was like 5'5", but I was like 150 pounds or 40 pounds, something like that. So I'm just sitting there, legs crossed, hands between my legs, and I'm like, hey. He was like, you want to watch a movie? And I was like, yeah. He was like, we could watch an anime movie that we was talking about in the messages. And I was like, okay. So he put that on, child, and he drinking his wine. It was like 30 minutes went by. I'm just sitting there. I'm texting my friend too, because I'm like, for real, like, this man catfished me. He big as hell. She laughing and messaging. She was like, but are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, if you need anything, let me know and I'll send a little Uber or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just like sitting there. And then 30 minutes went by. This man must have, I was like, he was like, come on, lay down. Y'all, I'm forgetting that it's not a date. It's like a pay day. Like, I kind of gotta do it, but don't gotta do it type thing if I want that money. So I lay in like this. Trying not to like lay like this. No. So he was like, get comfortable. He was like, you don't want no wine? Are you sure you don't want no wine? No, I don't want no wine. So I'm just like this. An hour goes by, this big ass man falls asleep, y'all. He falls asleep. So I wasn't gonna wake him up. Text my friend, send an Uber. She sent the Uber. I would say like 20-30 minutes later it came. He fell asleep right there, and I had saw the money. I guess it was for me. I don't know who it was for, but I saw it was like folded up and it was on like the side table of the couch. So I grabbed it. I figured it was for me. It had to be. And when I got in the car in the Uber and I counted it, it was $400. So I was like, yeah, pay me for my time, because I was here. What the hell? So get the money, and I go and get in the Uber, and I was like, okay, I'm never talking to this dude again, ever. So I blocked him, and then went to my back to my barracks room and never talked about it again. Forgot it ever happened. Oh, and I did, like a couple months later, went on Secret Arrangements again, and he had hit me up on Secret Arrangements. He was like, oh, why did you leave? Da, 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 da. Saying just a whole bunch of nonsense. I can't even remember exactly what he said, but he was mad as hell that I left and took that money and he ain't get none. So I think he thought he was about to get some. No, baby. He drunk himself into a coma, and I dipped out on him. And yeah, so that's the end of the story time. My camera is about to die, so I'm about to hurry up and end it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you're notified every time I upload. And I'll see y'all in the next. Don't judge me. And if you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and drop a sugar cube with the baby emoji. I'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah,